Okay. So, students, welcome to our social science geography class, and today in this geography class we are going to discuss the new chapter, another new chapter, that is from your geography book, page number 30, and the name of the chapter is water. It is chapter number 5 and the last chapter for your term 1 syllabus. Okay, so open all of you page number 30. Today I am going to discuss about the water, this chapter. So, the name of the chapter is water. So, when I am telling you the water, so what is the picture come in your mind? Either it is the picture of the water of rain, otherwise the water of lake or oceans, sometimes the water of your tap, okay, or drinking water. So, water is very necessary for us. It is the another name of water is called life, because water is very much necessary for us. We cannot live without water. All the living beings, the trees and other animals also. So, the water present in the earth, it never go out from our atmosphere, okay, because our earth surround with atmosphere, you have read already, and so circle wise water always retain inside the earth, such as the sun's heat causes evaporation of water vapor from all the water bodies, and when the vapor cools down, it condenses and forms cloud, and from there it may fall on the land or ocean in form of rain, snow or sleet. So, what is sleet? You have to know first that sleet are the small stone like pieces of ice that comes down in the surface of earth when suddenly the raindrops turned into ice because of extreme cool temperature. Okay. And in our Bengal also, in the time of summer, when thunderstorm occurred, in local name it is called Kalboishaki. So, in that time you can see that this type of sleet also fall with the rain. Now, students, picture is not hazy, that is everything is clear. I have checked all the display, everything is okay. Sound also okay, Shobik. Hello, can you hear? Yeah, okay, sound is okay. So, in this way, the process by which water continuously changes its form and circulates between oceans, atmospheres and land is known as water cycle. So, the entire cycle through which water rotates from ocean to the cloud, again the soil, through the soil we consume water, all the animals, the human being, including human being, the plants, they extract water with their stems. So, this entire process water circulates, so, and the entire process is called water cycle, and because of the atmosphere water never go out from our atmosphere. But in the other planets such as Mars, Jupiter, no water was there, because lack of atmosphere, because of the lack of what atmosphere, all the water vaporized and vanished in the space. Actually, our earth is like a terrarium. Okay. Why it is called terrarium, and what is terrarium? So, what is terrarium? That terrarium, it is also present on your book, that terrarium is an artificial enclosure for keeping small house plants. Okay. In a way, we looked after the tiny fishes and other marine animals in a glass box, that is called aquarium. But in this case, in a terrarium, it is an artificial enclosure to keeping small house plants, and it can be opened for maintenance to access the plants inside, and walls made up with glass to allow the sunlight and heat necessary for the plant inside the box. So, and this box, the total enclosure is called terrarium. So, earth is also a terrarium, such as due to transpiration, the water vapor again mixed with the atmosphere and creates the clouds, and also the evaporation occurred, and through the evaporation, condensation and precipitation. In this way, water in a cyclic manner around. Okay. Now, what are the major sources of water? You have to know. The major sources of waters are rivers, ponds, oceans, the glaciers, as well as the springs. Okay. Hot spring or cold spring, you can see various places which are the main sources of water. Okay. But in ocean, the most of the water present on the earth are in the oceans, and the ocean water is saline, but that ocean water we cannot drink, we cannot use because of its salinity. The common salt or sodium chloride NaCl present in the sea water. Okay. Now, we will discuss the distribution of water in the world. You know that 3/4 of the earth covers with water. Okay. If we compare the land masses and the water bodies, then the 3/4 area covered with water. There are lot of oceans, 5 major oceans, and lot of seas also there. Okay. Now, students, I will tell you what is salinity. Okay. After discussing that portion, okay, I will tell you what is salinity. Salinity actually the presence of salt in 1,000 gram of water. If we take 1,000 gram of water, so how much salt present on 1,000 gram of water? How much? Okay. So, that is called the salinity. Okay. So, the average salinity of the ocean water or sea water is 35 per 1,000 grams. Okay. Means 1,000 gram, if we take 1,000 gram sea water or ocean water, 35 gram sea water is the average quantity. Okay. Yes, but another sea was present, that is in Israel, that is Dead Sea. In Dead Sea, the average salinity is 45, means in 1,000 gram water of said sea, 45 gram salt present, common salt present, NaCl. Okay. So, that is why it is the Dead Sea has the highest, is the most saline sea of the world. So, Dead Sea called, and it is very difficult to drown in the Dead Sea because of the salinity. Okay. So, it is very and most of the people, it is famous, people floating on its water, enjoying the sunlight. So, it is very much popular, the Dead Sea, because of its salinity. So, nobody drowned. Who are laughing? Nothing to laugh here. Akash, who is giving you these emojis? Supriyo, what happened? Why are laughing? Deep also. Don't give this type of emojis. Okay. So, now the distribution of water. So, you know what is pie chart. In computer classes you have learned to draw the pie chart. Okay. Now, if I draw a pie chart about the distribution of water, then it looks like this. 97.3% water is from the ocean water or saline water. We cannot drink that water. Okay. So, this is the 97.3% is the saline water. Okay. Copying the answer. Okay. Now, from here look at carefully. So, this portion, it is the 2%. 2% of water, it is the water stored as ice caps. What is ice caps? So, you know that in our earth, in North Pole and South Pole, a thick layer of ice stored in Antarctica, over the Antarctica and North Pole, on the Arctic Sea, okay, in Greenland also. So, that is ice caps. So, 2% of water stored in all over the world as ice caps. Now, the rest, so more than 99% I have already mentioned. So, now the rest of the portion, from rest of the water 0.68%, 0.68% it is the groundwater, and the groundwater is the which water we use in our daily life through and submersible. We draw the water under the soil, and we also irrigate the agricultural field through this water. We use this water for drinking, cooking, washing our clothes, washing our utensils in our daily life. Okay. So, that is the groundwater. Rest of the, from rest of the portion 0. This one 0.009% is present on the freshwater lakes such as Caspian Sea or inland lakes. Freshwater lakes or inland seas, 0.009% water present. From rest of the portion, in salt lakes also the same amount of water stored, 0.009% in salt lakes, and in this area, this portion 0.0019% in atmosphere, stored as a cloud or in mixed with the air. So, 0.0019% water mixed with the cloud, or as a cloud, or as a in air, mixed with the air. So, this is in atmosphere, and the rest 0.0001, the least amount of water stored in the rivers, flown through the rivers. So, this is the least amount of water. Okay. Among these divisions, we can only drink that water, groundwater 0.68%, we can use the freshwater lakes 0.009%, we can use the river water as drinking water, okay. We can use the rain water after when the atmospheric water drops into the surface as a rain, we can harvest this as a rainwater and use it. And but most important is the ice caps. In future, because of reckless water use, when all these things, when all the water bodies, they totally dried, okay. So, then we have no choice, we will have no choice, then we have to use the ice cap stored in the North Pole and South Pole, in Greenland, in Arctic Sea and also in Antarctica. Okay. But the major portion of water is not drinkable, and this one also. Okay. So, that is the great problem in front of us. So, water is absolutely essential for us, that is why. So, water alone can quench our thirst when we are thirsty. Now, do not you think that we are wasting our precious drops of water, precious amount of water every day and resources of water, we polluting the lakes, the ponds, the other river bodies and the rivers also by mixing the pollutants from the factories as well as our garbages we dropped on the rivers, all these things, and the sewage also. This is very bad. Okay, we should not pollute our water bodies, because in future it will be no water. Okay, then it will cause great danger for us. So, look at page number 33, there are lot of newspaper cuttings given that many major rivers in danger of drying out, Ganga among 10 dying rivers. The water you drink, okay, we cannot read the portion, that could be making you all the alarming amounts of industrial and human pollutants mixed with our water bodies expose us to married health risks and wounds. Okay. So, this is a new newspaper article, every drop counts, water scenario in urban India and Delhi, more than just a problem, coping with water scarcity. Okay, this newspaper articles represents the scary scenario of water scarcity in the India, okay, as well as the world. So, we should conserve water, we should use water, we should not use water relentlessly, we should water with a proper manner, and strict laws should be imposed on people who are wasting water. So, student, that is all from today's class. I hope you have understood. Okay. So, next class we are going to discuss about the another subunit, that is ocean circulation. Okay. So, if you have any question, you can ask me from this subunit. Okay, no problem related to the chapter. Thank you. Thank you everyone.